let me go there. I'm going to go to your OneNote, and you have the assessments in there. So you can see Chicago internal as the booklet and all the that's the resource booklet and all the activities. And then we have the task in here. So I would suggest you to get this document, the Microsoft Word. So let me see if I can add the Microsoft Word in here. So Word document, let me write in here. Okay, file printout. No, not printout. File attachment. And I'm gonna attach the Word document in here. Attach file, and that's the Word document. That's internal. Okay, you see what I'm doing? Good. So now you have it here. And now we're going to go and work. So you can go and right click and save it on your print screen. Okay, so save it there. I'm going to go on my screen in here, level 2 geo assessments. I'm going to get the document and we're going to work in it. So copy and paste. Okay, and I will do it in my own way. So this is Mr. D. Yes, CSI Chicago. Okay. You put your name in there, and you can leave just Chicago. Look at that. So you put, I don't know, Matthew Chicago or Charlie Chicago. So you go in there. Let's open it. You all have this already. Boys, can you please confirm that you already have the file?
Yeah, I got it.
Good, man. Good. So if you have any difficulties, ask me now, or let's start. So you have to go in your OneNote 12 Geo. You go to Content Library. In here, you can see you have Chicago Internal, where you have the resources book, and then Chicago Task, which is here. You can download this, or you go here and download the version. Don't download this one because this is a PDF, so you cannot write on it. Okay, that's just for you to see it properly and to see how this looks like. Okay, the task. So normally you just download that, and that's about it. So name, your name in here. Remember, this one will go against Turnitin also. So have to be very careful in terms of.
I don't have the section for the task.
You don't have the section for the task. Let me check. So here. Then okay. So who doesn't have the section? Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the section?
Yeah. Where is it? OneNote.
Who? Yeah. Who doesn't have the section access to the file?
Oh no, I got it.
You got it? Who else? Who said that you don't have the section?
Well, I can't get I can get the Word document, but I've got like the resource booklet on OneNote, so I don't think I can download it.
Okay, so it's okay. You have the document, Word document. That's the most important now.
No, I don't have the Word document unless.
Okay, don't worry, Charlie. What I will do, I can go there.
Oh no, so I got it now.
It's there?
OneNote just linked. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Good.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Good, man. Good people. Okay, now I'm going to here and I'm writing my name. Do the same. please, again, make sure you do everything on your own. So when you quote something, just quote it properly. Don't copy from each other, or don't copy everything from me, because then there's going to be similarity between you. I'm not going to insert this in Turnitin. You're going to do that, and they're going to look similar if you don't change. Okay, so let's go let's go through this together now. I hope you can see the screen and you work on your own thing together with me. So teacher guidelines, these are from me. You don't have to look into that. Context and setting, this is important. You have to look into that. This activity requires students to demonstrate understanding of the pattern of murder in Chicago. You can do what I'm doing. The best thing to do is to just work in your document, and I will tell you what to do. So we are on the second page of the document. First one is the title. We are on the second one, and we're looking into context and settings, and we look into highlighting some bits and pieces. Okay, so we are on context and settings. This activity requires students. Now you highlight to demonstrate understanding of the pattern of murder in Chicago. That's what we have to do. This will include, and now we highlight again, the spatial and temporal variations in the pattern of its location. Okay, it's exactly what we've done with the pattern of malaria and the pattern of natural parks. Of course, you will have to look into the pattern, urban pattern. So this is what's happening in the city. Okay, so it's not malaria in some villages in Africa, or natural parks somewhere in New Zealand. Okay, this will happen in the city, in some specific suburbs. Exploring factors and circumstances that contribute to this pattern, and the temporal patterns might include ethnicity. Now we highlight ethnicity, gang gentrification, and social issues. If you missed what I'm doing, just go on the screen back again on the Teams, and you will see it there. Okay, like I will go now there, and good. So we have 11 people. Good. So you go on the screen and you can see this stuff. So it's good. You can highlight on your folder. You can go with the screen on halfway the screen, and the other one, the document on the other half, and it's good. Understanding. So this will be factors and circumstances that contribute to the pattern. Okay, that's another point. Understanding of a temporal pattern is required. So basically, understanding of a temporal pattern meaning that something has changed from one year to another year. Okay, that's the point. The changes in the location of murders, the number of murders, and the characteristics needs to be explained. You have to highlight that too. The resource material supplied with this assessment are sufficient for enabling students to answer successfully. If crime has been the focus of the school-based learning program, the information from that learning could also be incorporated in assessment and will be likely to enhance the quality of them. Good. Now, the resource materials supplied with this assessment are sufficient, blah, blah, blah. Pre-teaching of geographic concept is required. Information about geographic concept included in the research. Okay, so we're gonna do that now. But we're gonna go to each task and start it, and then I will teach while developing the task. That's my way to respond to this lockdown. I would very much like to see this done by the end of lockdown together. We're gonna work day by day together to kind of develop this and then you'll be kind of like advanced. Okay, so if we finish this by the end of lockdown, that'll be fantastic. Of course, this is normally a task for a few hours, but because we have the lockdown, it's my decision. So my decision is to give you more hours. So we're gonna work together. Conditions: if you suggest that students be given at least 3 hours of in-class work to complete this assessment, that will change. Forget about this. We're gonna do it together, and it's gonna be far more than 3 hours. There'll be probably somewhere around 12 to 15 hours. So you'll have absolutely 3-4 times the time needed. The assessment is an individual one that is resource based. So we have the resources in the booklet. And basically, that's your assessment based on. The students should have time to use all the resources in order to answer the task. It is recommended that students have access to the resource material to read prior to undertaking the assessment. You already have the resource in here. Where is that? Chicago internal. This one is the resource. Let me check if it's the one with, or oh no, it's not. Okay, so I'll delete this here. Delete and add page, and I'm going to include that one with resources, with all the photos and stuff. Okay, so that should be the one. Insert, and now it's inserting that. Who's calling?
Hi, do you want something from the bakery?
Okay, good. So, okay, where is that thing? Should be here. Look at that. So now we have this, boys, with all the things you need. Look at that. So I inserted all these things, and you still have the place where I took this. Normally, you should be able to go and kind of click on this and then look at all the writing and everything. So if you don't understand or something. So if you look in this, that's the next one, economic hardship index. Look at that. And there's the next one. Anyway, all of these are with relations to that. Okay, so look at that. So I put all this stuff because they were not in the book for copyright reasons. I don't know why they sold this like that, but anyway, everything is now okay. So you can use this, and you can use anyway. You can use the link to find more information in there. So
are we allowed to use the same graphs though?
Yeah, you can, but the thing is, you have to do it on your own. So you have to generate that graph. So I don't want to see the same graph.
Yeah.
If you generate your own graph, that's gonna be amazing because you will have heaps of extra marks. Let's put it this way, okay? So I will take this into account and kind of. It's very easy to generate this graph if you want to do it. I can show you. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So let me see more of these. Okay. So basically, if you put them on the full screen, you can see everything properly, because in the other one you couldn't see it properly. Let's see. Okay, so some of them they miss in there. So, but anyway, you can go to the thing and find it. So look at that, segregation of the African American communities. You have the maps, where are the places, and then look at this homicide and some of the readings and stuff. So normally it should be in my folder. Let me check my folders. Not in this one, not in this one. Yeah. So activities, not Cities Assessment, and Chicago CSI Chicago Resource. That should be like that. For some reason, some of the photos are not visible. That's okay. This is okay. That should be okay. Okay, so let me save this again. I'm gonna save it as Chicago Resources Final. I'm gonna save it as a PDF. You don't need it as a Word, and then put it there on your OneNote. Hopefully, this will look okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking okay. Look at that. Everything is there. Everything is there. Beautiful. Look at that. Apart from the last two, which I couldn't find. Interesting. Okay, let me check the last two. That's for you too. So what is this? Chicago Police Department murder clearance. Okay, let's find this one online. Stay with me, boys. It's really literally working for our internal now together. So let's see. Chicago Police. Oh, okay. So that's the text. Nice. So what I'm doing, I'm getting all this text together. Good. Oh, look at that. They have a radio also. Nice. Very, very nice. They have a radio thing also. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to back to the Chicago and just put in here and then Control B. Okay. I'll leave it like that. Clear and big. We want it like that. This one is not really clear. Good, now it's gonna become clear. Look at that, what I'm doing. See? Perfect. I want you to have access to everything, all the information, so you can do it properly. Don't worry if you miss this because I'm recording this. I think it's recording, yeah, it's recording. And then everyone will have access to this. Okay, let's see. Good. So let's cut the photo. That shouldn't be a problem in here. Okay. Good. So that's a text from the newspaper. And then this is continuing, and this is continuing, and that's your link. Use that link, okay? Next, comparing Chicago and New York. Let's do this too. Control C, go back. In here, you can use even this one, boys. It's very important. Look at that. So if you start this.
DNA Info Radio, I'm Matt Bubala, chatting with our Ted Cox. As the Cubs head into the playoffs, everybody's excited to get to Wrigley this weekend for the games and watch them on TV. But Ted, with all the change that's gone on at Wrigley Field over the last couple of years, something else might be very different starting next year. But the city might say something about that. What's going on with the bullpens down the line?
Okay, so I'll do.
Well, the bullpens are slated to be moved under the bleachers next season, and that's going to be a loss. Yeah.
I'll put this here, boys.
The players have talked about how they
which
like
is the
warming up
radio
on the field rather than in some
podcast
contained area. And so we'll see. But right now, the Cubs are saying that they're still planning to move him.
Look at that.
You know, and I didn't know until I read your
They have
story
the-
why that was happening. I know that it's kind of dangerous. You talk a little bit about that in the story. We were at a game, my family was at a game last year where Kyle Schwarber was playing left field and he almost crashed into the
I
brick
remember that.
wall chasing a ball. He tripped over one of the mounds and he went down and it was ugly. So you could see that, but the safety's not the number one concern or reason they're moving them, is it?
No, they're putting in more aisles of seats.
Okay, so that's actually the thing you can listen. And these are good because you can quote from this, and there will be a really good help for you. So you have the you can see in here, you can see my mouse. You can go on this thing, and then you can say, look at that. Another Chicago up house, this one on the lake, and you just read that, and you can say, for example, in the podcast from this website, they said that the criminality started to ramp up and stuff around going to the games and stuff. So you can do that thing. Can you still hear me, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So we'll continue. I need to put everything in here for you, including all the photos, and then I'm gonna put this online, which is cool. So I'm gonna do this a little bit bigger. Just make sure you can see it. And then, yep. Excuse me. Now, let's see with this one. Good. So I need this and save it, Control-C, going up here. And I'm going to Google, Control-V, screen. No signs of that, no images of that. Good, we don't use that anymore. Simple as that. So that's not available. Cut. And Chicago Police Department shooting clearances. I hope they're not gonna send me to another website like that one. Control V, enter Chicago Police. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, it's the same one. Okay. Images. Probably that will be the one. Probably. Yeah, it is that one. So they just used this one here. Okay. I don't know if we should put this one in. So V. Control V, like that. Good. So we have this suggested additional research. If you want to do it properly, you have to do the suggested additional research because that's actually helpful. So I saved this one file, save as a PDF, and I'll put it there. Let's see, final resources, final PDF. Okay, oops, PDF. Good. Save in here. Yes, already. Good. So now we'll see if it's saved properly. Let's see. Oh, look at this.
So you're gonna put this onto OneNote?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on OneNote right now. So that's what I'm doing. I've tried to put all the photos. You've seen what funny things I found in the photos. I'm gonna send them a message. Little pervs. They're doing all sorts of things like that. Anyway, it's good we have systems in place to stop that. So yeah, everything is visible now in there. So let me see, I'm gonna check if you can see it on OneNote. Let's let's put it here at page, wait, what is this? Oh, that's the, yeah. So Chicago internal, Chicago task. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here at page, and I'm going to put the booklet here, file printout, Chicago resource final. That should be the one. And now we're waiting and see if it's there. It should have 27 pages. That's quite a big one, but you have to use mainly this one. Of course, if you want an excellence, and some of you will want that, you can just use more. No one will stop you from using more of this. Okay, so let's see. CSI Chicago. Let me check this with you. So this is your final thing. Yeah, everything is in there. Look at the screen, boys. All the maps in order. Again, if you want to do something like that, you can use this and write that according to homicide rates, Chicago and large cities from thetrace.org, blah, 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 all that thing. This is the map which shows, and then you explain. You cannot just put there and leave it there because it doesn't make any sense, okay? So you explain why you use that usually for illustrating your pattern, okay? Look, now you have all the things because we didn't have part of this. So now everything is in there. And also you have the link. You can see it here. Can you see my, my cursor, the mouse? Chicago murder, segregation. This one, it's impossible to see like this. So you have to go large. And if you want to use it, you do Control-C, Control-V, insert it there in your thing, print screen, insert, and color or something, or, you know, say according to City of Chicago Community Areas 1910. This is, remember when we read about the, that you have to do a temporal pattern? This is the one, how the segregation moved from 1910 to 1940. That's a temporal pattern. So this is the place where you actually start to write the temporal pattern. Okay, so this map will help you a lot in doing that. And then we continue. The same again. And then look at this. You have all the maps and everything you need to know about this. And it's a comparison with New York. Then you have the Burgess model. We talk about that, sorry, in our lessons. And then look at that. Everything is in there. You can do some, these parts in here, these parts, boys, Black Belt, Ghetto, Little Sicily, can be what is different in all your work. So these are suggestions for you to follow. For example, some of you will follow the Ghetto, some of you Little Sicily, some of you the Black Belt, and you can do a research on that and actually illustrate the pattern. Okay, so answer the question through this additional research. So if you actually really, if you'll incorporate this and use the extra research, then we go towards merit and excellence. If not, I'm sorry. And if you are in a quest to get an excellence or a merit endorsement, you need it. Okay, you need it. Okay, and let's continue. The next part, Chicago Housing Project. Look at this map, it's beautiful. I found it online and it's there included. Then Robert Taylor Homes Public Housing Development, everything is in there. Remember, we talked about that, housing development and the ghettoization. Suggested additional research, look at that. Cabrini Green, Rockwell Gardens, Altgeld Gardens. You can use this in context of this assessment. Perfect, perfect. gentrification in Chicago. We talk about gentrification, shame of the cities. Like, let's see. Additional research about gentrification and its impacts could be useful in discussing this factor causing temporal changes. Why temporal? Because gentrification means, if you remember, changing the pattern of housing, of developing, of crime or whatever, changing the pattern of an area into another, renewing an area, okay? So you can use this in changing patterns. Look at this, class and gentrification, Chicago gangs. That's not very nice. So we have to do, anyways, okay, you'll understand. So is this part in here, should go on the other page, but that doesn't mean too much. Okay. And then Chicago gang territory, and you can see all these things. It's not really visible, but you can still read. You see, gangster disciples, and black disciples, Harrison Gens, imperial gangster, whatever. So all the all the gangs, where exactly this happens, and this is a homicide overlaying the gang territories. Additional research about Chicago gangs could be useful if discussing this factor relating to spatial patterns and/or temporal changes. Okay, your internal should be simple, answering the questions. You don't have to overdo it. But I still have to see some of your work and your understanding. Okay, that's important. That's really, really important. So let's continue. Suggested additional research. Chicago area gangs, look at that. By estimated memberships, gangster disciples, vice lords, Blackstones, Latin kings, black disciples. It's very funny how they have such a warriorish names. Look at the total gang members. That's unbelievable. So 11,700 police officers on patrol. Total gang members, 70,000. Very, very interesting. A gang can sell between 400 to 1,000 bags of heroin per day. Okay. Another interesting thing. Tracking Chicago shooting victims, issues of police number and gun laws. And this is the article we were discussing about, and I put it there. Continuing, and the audio stuff in there, and then clearings. Suggested additional research about Chicago police numbers and gun laws could be useful in discussing these factors relating to spatial patterns and/or temporal changes. Okay, so you have all the indications in there. Now it's there, so you should be. You should really be okay with this. So let me see. Yeah, that's the one. So it's done. Now we go back to our internal. Let me see if I have more people in here. Yeah, more people in here, which is cool. So we have Dawn, and we have, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so Austin, Charlie, Connor, Dawn. I need to do the roll. So I'm gonna just save this now, because they asked me to do the roll, and if you're not here, I have to send messages and stuff to your parents. So maybe the other people can come at some point. Oh, Matthew is here. Good. Awesome. So let me put this in this, and then we're going to come back to the assessment. In my point of view, I don't know you boys, but it's good that we start working on this. It's better than just discussing only about that. Roll lockdown, 12 geo, New document, 17th of August. Okay. V. So I can see Matthew is the last one there. And that's the one. Good. And V. That's about it. Roll is done. Good. So now, people, Chicago resources, you use that. And now we're coming back to our internal. So look at that. It is suggested that students be given at least 3 hours in class. Again, disregard that. I'm going to give you 4 times that time. So you have 400% more time than you need. Resource requirements, all required resources are supplied, and I just put it there. They are all there. Let me double check. I think we have some extra resources here, and I didn't. So in internal, in here, we have activities from 1 to.
So is everything on the one is all we need for the internal?
Yes, everything in there is all you need. So you can use heaps of this stuff. Look at this. Activity 12, the Stephen Lawrence cast, institutional racism against the police force. So you do this. You have a poem, I Am Nobody's Nigger, dedicated to murder of South London teenager Stephen Lawrence, and that was viral. And you have the song in here, and then you have resources on this. So look at that. You can really use this to say something. So we're going to go back now to the internal and see what's in there, but you can use all this stuff from here, okay? And also what I will do, okay, so that's here. Let me check. So you have this, and you have Chicago activity 1, 2, 3, 4, and the booklet. The booklet is not good anymore, so delete from here. Okay, let me check at a page. Check if I have more in my things in here. Okay, resource 5, add to resources. Okay, that's the one, resource 5. Remember, I gave you this piece of paper, but just in case you don't have it, it is here. Look, so you have heaps of stuff in here. Look,
Hold on.
the index crime. You have everything in there. Look at the screen. That's a cool one to have and to compare.
Is that like all graphs?
Yeah, that's all graphs. So normally, if you want to use one of these graphs, you can always use a part from here. But if you don't, you can actually do your own graph. And if I see that it's your own graph, your own doing, if you change the colors or whatever, then show me it's your own graph. I will really appreciate that. And you will, if you are on the verge of in between achieve to merit, you'll get the merit because you put more effort into it. You got it? So I would like to see you doing this because we've done the graphs and it's a good exercise for the skills. Okay.